I don't want to do that.
We have to do it.
I'm not going to talk about it.
I will. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today's vlog is not something I've planned or I wanted to record ever. My husband broke his arm and I'm just getting ready because I have to go to him to hospital. His arm is broken his hand, it's not arm. Lenka. No. Damn, I have a broken shadow in my palette and she just grabbed it and everything is on my pants. He broke his palm pretty ugly and he needs a surgery. So that happened on Tuesday evening and we went to hospital. We were there for so long. Here, they let him go, and in the very morning he got a phone call from hospital that they don't feel comfortable with doing his surgery and they are sending him to better hospital. So I really appreciate that they did that instead of like trying. He's right now in Walter Street Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland. And I heard it's a very, very good military hospital. So hopefully they will fix it on nicely. Yesterday we went there and spent some time in the ER and they tried to just put it together, but it worked partially because, like I said, his palm is broken pretty ugly. This bone is like out of the joint. It's not broken, but it's out of the joint. I think it's moved up, and this bone is broken like very low. It's also out of the joint, so without surgery there's no way they will fix it. So they tried yesterday to fix his pinky and it worked partially, but it's like clicking out of the joint, so they need to perform a procedure today. Oh, she's walking. Great job. This eyeshadow is also all over her pants and socks. I'm getting ready to go with him. We are not sure what time is his surgery as they added him to schedule. So I will be there probably long day. It is very strategic to leave the house with a 1-year-old child for the whole day. 1-year-old child who eats so much. She's eating more than I am. So I went to sleep last night at 2 a.m. because I had to get ready, I had to take a shower, and I had to get ready with her stuff, like all the food. I'm just tired today. Yeah. Okay. I would just go with my hand into my hair and I gotta go. There's only one thing in this world that my husband loves more than hot wings, and that's our daughter. But yeah, after I picked him up from the hospital, we came to Anchor Bar, which is the original hot wings bar from Buffalo, but it's here in Maryland. Ready with me, but I will tell you what happened last week. I was telling you that Robert broke his arm, actually his hand, not the arm, and he had to have a surgery. And we went to the hospital on the military base next to us. However, they sent him to another hospital because they said they don't want to risk getting his hand because it's too complicated for them, and they will send him to better hospital or something like that. Well, we got there on Wednesday. All happened on Tuesday night, of course. Everything happened on Tuesday night, and we left first hospital at 5 a.m. on Wednesday, and at 7 they called that he has to go to another hospital. So we managed to get there a little bit later on the day because baby naps and all of that. So we went there. They tried to put his hands together, but his bone was still popping out, actually that's a better word, popping out of the joint. So they had to do a surgery, and just so you know, he broke right palm, and this bone clicked out of the joint, and this one was broken on the base and popped out also. So it was kind of complicated for them to fix, because if they would fix without surgery, it would be hard to fix one to not make the other injury worse. And he stayed overnight on Wednesday in the hospital, and on Thursday I recorded the first part when I was talking to you in the car. However, when I got to hospital, I was not able to record anything because I worked that day. I had a husband in the hospital and the baby with me. So that was not easy at all to manage all of this. And he was waiting literally all day for the surgery because he wasn't on the schedule, and they tried to fit him in between patients, but they weren't able to. So he literally didn't eat all day, and he was waiting all day. They took him on surgery at 6 p.m., which you can imagine he didn't eat since midnight. It's very, very late. And it was just very overwhelming day for me and for him. I didn't eat because I didn't have time, and he didn't eat because he couldn't. Lena was all over the place, and she actually learned how to walk. Yay! Bad timing, Lena, bad timing. And yeah, they took him on surgery. He left the OR around 10 p.m. I think that was the time when surgeon called me, and they told me that everything went well, and if he wants to go home, he can go home. If he wants to stay, he can stay. And because I was already home, it's an hour drive, so he stayed overnight in the hospital. And I picked him up on Sunday, and as you can imagine, after a surgery, he was and he is in a lot of pain. So it's not easy. He cannot do anything with the baby because, that's a lot. Actually, he's with her right now, but because she learned how to walk, it's a little bit easy, but he's not able to, change a diaper, right? Because, try to change a diaper on 1-year-old with one hand. Good luck. It's like a little alligator. So yeah, my boss is kind enough and supporting enough to let me work from home, and thank God I can support my husband and take care of the baby and work in the same time. So it's working out somehow. It's not easy, it's very hard, and he is in pain. I don't know if I would say in a lot of pain. He would have to say it himself. He has some pins. He had an incision, so that wasn't a complicated surgery, but for sure it was, I don't know if I can say serious, I'm not a doctor, of course, but it sounds serious for me. It sounds painful. And yeah, we are trying to take day by day, which is not as obvious, the story, which is now funny, but at the time it was scary as hell. So of course, when he broke his arm, he started arguing with me that he is not going to hospital, right? He's fine, he's okay. like in 2 days it will stop hurting, and then he will go, he will just, you know, do it himself. He'll just pop it in. I'm like, no, like we're going to the hospital. And he's like, okay, I'll drive. I'm like, no, you have broken right hand. You're not driving the car. It's unsafe. I'll go with you. And he's like, no, Lena is sleeping. It's late, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get his argument. It was midnight. Lena actually just woke up. You know, usually I would just go to her and put her back to sleep, but I just grabbed her and put her to a car. And when Robert tried to leave the house, our dogs ran away. Guys, like, just to give you a perspective, we are living basically in the forest, and we are not using a leash to take our dogs for a walk since half year. So my dogs are not running away, ever. If they will take off because they see a squirrel, it will take them a couple minutes to come back. They are so attached to us that they will never ever run away. Now I cannot say that, but I thought they would never ever run away, and they did. And I get in the car and I start driving around to look for them because I couldn't find them. I didn't see them. They didn't react when I called them. And I start driving around, and I couldn't find them. There was some lady in the car sitting, and I stopped my car and I'm like, hey, like, did you see 2 Dalmatians running around? And she's like, two? Yes, I did. And she started driving around with me and helping me to find the dogs. And I kind of lost hope. And I'm like, okay, they're in the forest. So I'm like, they will come back, right? They will come back. They always do. And I told her like, thank you, they will come back. Like, they are probably in the forest. They're always coming back. And she's like, oh, you sure? Okay. I drove home, and like, I didn't know what to do, because we had to go to hospital because Robert's hands started like swelling badly, and dogs are not there. It's the middle of the night. And then she started driving my way and like honking. She didn't know where I was leaving, so she started honking. I like jump out, and I'm like, and she showed me like, there, two dogs. And I'm like, okay, then let's go. And she started driving and like showed me to follow her, so I did. And actually it turned out that my dogs like run on the main street. By the way, I'm still obsessed with this brush. It's a IUI Beauty thermal brush with iron technology. Guys, like, you can see how fast I did this hair. Like, it took me 10 minutes and they are just perfect. I love this so bad. So much, so bad, whatever. However you're gonna say that. I just don't know how to do like my face framing, because I always do one part of the face differently than other. But never mind. Obsessed with this brush. You have my discount code here and in the link in the description, and card in the description. So if you need something what works amazing, and actually my hair lost all their fluff. It's so humid right now in Virginia, and this is my go-to. Yeah, so my dogs run on the main street, which never ever happened before. And I got so scared because like I didn't know what to do, and you know, it's the middle of the night. There was like some lady, which I don't know. I don't know if she was my neighbor or she was just by accident here. With some lady, and there was another car which stopped, and there was some man, and I'm like, oh my, you know, all horrors movie just started running through my head. What if they want to like kidnap me or kill me, or what if they want to kidnap Lena? You know, every scenario went through my head. It's the middle of the night, forest, no one is there, and they are showing me, oh yeah, your dogs are in the forest, and I'm just like with the baby, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm not doing that. So I put Lena in the car and I closed the car. But I'm like, it's stupid. I have keys. They will kill me, take the keys, and they take the car and the baby. But Robert actually just got to us, so I left him in the car with Lena because, you know, he had broken hands, so he couldn't catch the dogs. And I don't know what the heck happened with my dogs, but Polka knew that she's in so much trouble that she ran immediately to the car, and she immediately jumped in the back. She knew that she's in so much trouble. And, you know, Polka, when she's in trouble, she's smiling. So she starts smiling, and Denver didn't want to even come to me. So I had to physically catch him and carry him to the car. Guys, this dog is 75 pounds, 80 pounds. When I was done with all of it, I felt nauseous, like because I was running. I carried a very heavy dog for pretty far, and and I had to carry him to the house because he didn't want to come back to the house. So again, my husband with broken hand couldn't do that because this dog is so heavy. So yeah, I carried him. I felt so nauseous and so out of breath when I finished with him. And okay, we finally could go to the hospital, and of course it was the middle of the night, so no one basically was there. And they took us right away. They took him for x-rays and, you know, did all of the stuff. And we were there till like 5 a.m. because they had some trauma coming and they didn't really know what to do with him. They were waiting for ortho. And they, after a couple hours when we all took a nap, they took him for a CT, and they just released him and tell him to wait for a phone call. And yeah, that's what happened. Like, my dogs are so good since then. Like, they are just, you know, the best dogs ever. They listening, they, you know, they're on their leash right now on every walk, and they don't even pull, which is surprising. So yeah, that was our craze last week. I was recording on the way to the hospital, this clip before, but there was so much going on that I wasn't even able to focus and finish and recording or whatever. That was not bad. And yeah, so that was crazy week. But now it's all good. Robert is in his recovery, and hopefully everything will be okay. He got a couple days off from work, and his boss was also very helpful, very supportive. So yeah, it was just crazy week. And guys, I know that people on social media shouldn't complain and, you know, just show you how life is beautiful and all of that. But guys, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm telling you, I'm exhausted. Like, it wasn't my surgery. I didn't broke the arm. Like, I'm fine, but I am exhausted. It was just so much stress for me. I'm one of these people who will not leave my husband in the hospital, even if it just broke an arm. Like, he was trying to tell me, oh, go home, just take Lena, I'm fine, I'm okay. No, you're my husband, I'm here to support you. Like, you would never leave me, I'm not leaving you. So yeah, I'm exhausted. I barely slept, barely ate last week because it was a lot. And my bestie is supposed to come to me on the first day. We're supposed to record some content and do some stuff. And she went to New York. No, she went to our other bestie, and they had their time. And I'm really happy that she could go other way, because if she would come here, that would be, you know, stupid. We couldn't do anything. I was in the hospital all the time. So we will hang out other way. Anyway, different time. But yeah, I'm so sad we missed this time, but I'm really happy that my husband is okay now. I'm really happy that she had her time with our third bestie. And yeah, you know, I was getting ready to come pick her up on first day from the airport, and plans changed. But yeah, it was just a lot. I'm exhausted. I have the impression that even what I'm saying doesn't even really make sense because I'm exhausted. But it's behind us and we are all good. Maybe I will do some eyeshadows today. We're all good. My husband is all good. I'm really happy that he feels better because it was really hard. He was worried about, you know, his work. He's a soldier, so in his mind he's like, oh, I never can miss a day. I cannot be sick. If I'm sick, I have to go to work. So yeah, thank God everything finished well. And yeah, that's it. And now I'm getting ready for a very, very important meeting. I cannot tell you what meeting yet, but I have very, very big news for you. I have news. I just have to wait for Robert, because that's a very important news from both of us. Kocham ten kolor. Ok, jestem gotowa na spotkanie. Tak się prezentuje mój final look, bo jeszcze moje włosy od gumki umyrają, no ale trzymaj kciuki. Was I saying? Did I speak Polish? Never mind. Well, I'm ready for my meeting. Fingers crossed. That's my final look. Yay. I think I spoke Polish. Jesus Christ. So here we are, Robert with his broken hand for the very first time on my channel.
Hello. Make sure you like and subscribe.
And I told you before that we have big news to share, big life update, big change. And the change is that we are moving to Colorado, and that's for Lenka. No, we are not having another baby. We are moving to Colorado so soon, which is, we are moving there because we are PCSing, which is, what is PCSing?
Permanent change of station.
Permanent change of station. That means that Robert will not work anymore here, and we are moving because Army says to. And I think we know for a while now, a lot of people know, like of our family and friends, we think we have pretty good plan, but there's a lot of things which needs to be done before we move. Like, of course, we have to break a lease here, we have to figure it out how to get there. And Army are coming and packing you, and they're actually moving, so we actually have to just get to Colorado, which we have, I think, pretty good plan.
And they give you per diem.
What does it mean?
They give you money per person in your dependency. So they'll give me money, you money, and Lena money for miles, food, and hotels.
Will they give something for the dogs too?
No. I think for one, actually. Yeah, for one. Only one dog, though.
So if we are staying in the hotel and we have to pay for the dogs more, we're good.
Yeah, because we're authorized to travel with the dog, but it only counts for one dog. But that doesn't matter because most only charge one deposit for dogs.
Actually, have we ever traveled with Polka, like in the hotels?
The last time we came here, in Colorado.
Oh yes, we have.
She stayed in my hotel room, and y'all stayed in one room because obviously.
Yeah, so last time when we were traveling like that, it's actually, we came here from Texas back through Colorado, and back then it was me, Robert, and my parents, and Polka because we didn't have Denver, and that was the trip of like the worst nightmare. I had COVID, my dad had COVID, my mom had COVID, Robert was healthy, and through 1,800 miles he was in the car with us.
Driving most of the way.
Driving most of the way. I tried to help him, however I was like very bad, and when I was driving I was like, Mom, water, cough drop, tissue, and Robert tried to sleep and I was like coughing and drinking and sneezing and blowing my nose, so he didn't rest too much, but we tried to help him. It was just a long and miserable drive.
I had White Castle for the first time, so I was happy.
Yeah, that's true. It was in St. Louis.
I don't remember.
So I'm even more excited that we're driving back to Colorado because maybe this will fix my impression of this drive.
Yeah, maybe. I think not being in a car with so many people and the dogs will help. You'll be with somebody and Lena. I think Lena will make it very hard, but I think it's not that kind of. It's a different kind of hard.
Yeah,
so,
like there was
it's memories that you want to keep.
Yeah, I don't want to keep them
Like
in my...
I'll be traveling with the dogs, so I'll be probably frustrated half the time.
Oh, they would just sleep. They're good in the car.
Denver likes to bark and cry,
Yeah, that's true.
and I can't turn the music up loud because ears. So I can't do like the road trip vibes. I gotta play quiet music and hope they don't throw up in the car or
Happy relaxation music.
Jesus. I will not make it.
Yeah, so the original plan was that I will fly with Lena because driving 24 hours with a 1-year-old is, in my head, is just miserable. And I wanted to fly, but we would have to have someone to drive my car or we would have to ship it. Army is not paying for shipping, and it just, I think it would cost like $2,000, so it's kind of a lot of money.
If you're watching this and you are in the military and you don't know much about it, the Army will pay for your car to get shipped, but only if you're going OCONUS, which is outside the continental U.S. But since we're traveling CONUS, which is continental U.S., the Army will not pay for it.
Yeah, so if we would go to like Alaska, Hawaii, or like Europe or Korea, that would be fine. But well, driving 24 hours is almost like going overseas.
I fully plan on sleeping in Walmart parking lots and driving most of the time. So
yeah, I have to plan it very good. Like I wanted to fly originally, but friends who's supposed to drive my car, they might not be able to, so I'm just planning to drive and have another friend with me, hopefully. If you guys have any tips, if you've ever done that with a 1-year-old, like 24 hours drive or like huge road trip, just let me know in the comments how you did that, because I kind of have planned to like drive 6 to 8 hours a day and stop often, and you know, like find the places to stop with like a playground or something like that. That's what ChatGPT told me, how to plan a trip with 1-year-old. But I'm still I'm anxious and I'm stressed because it's a long way to go with a baby in the car who is starting to be independent because she wants to walk and do her stuff, not what we were saying.
hopefully you get lucky like we got lucky traveling to Europe. We took Lena to Europe when she was 6 weeks, and it's like a 9-hour flight, 11-hour flight, which, yeah, it's not a 24-hour trip, but it's a whole lot more involved in it, so a lot more could have gone wrong, and she slept the entire way, so we got extremely lucky. So hopefully it works out. I think she's gonna do fine.
Yeah, she's good in the car, and you know, but she was also 6 weeks. Okay, we did another flight with her when she was like 6 months old, when we flew to Colorado, but that was only 4 hours flight, and she slept also the entire flight.
Maybe if anybody has any recommendations for like kind of like toys for the car that kind of like work or interact, you know, so they kind of like hang back there, that can kind of keep her occupied so that Julia doesn't have to keep turning around or stopping and getting out and, you know, getting her rearranged. Maybe just something that sets up back there to where it stays and, you know, you can't really move it and it's there to keep her occupied.
Yeah, because you know, babies are like in the car seat and they're playing, and they're like...
We're not doing phones or
No.
TV, so.
I think like on this road trip it might happen because like, of course I will have someone with me. I will not drive this by myself. There's no way. The worst case scenario, what we can do, like I will fly, leave my car here, and one of us will just come back here and pick up the car and, you know, drive again.
Jesus.
That would be miserable and that would suck. Yes, but like I prefer.
You might as well ship it because then you're paying for a ticket back, and then you're paying for the gas going forward again. You might as well spend the $1,500 just to, because at that point you're paying for convenience, not. You know.
Yeah, but I would pay for gas anyway.
You know what I mean though is at that point you're being so inconvenienced by having to fly back and drive another 24 hours, which is longer than that technically. You're going to be driving for like 3 days.
Yeah, it's 3 days. When we say 24 hours, it's like just 20 hours straight drive. Of course, like
if you were to drive 24 hours straight, going the speed limit, like roughly like averaging like 55 miles per hour, then it'll take you like 24 hours, maybe it may be longer.
That's what Google says.
Yeah. So it takes, if you go if you do it correct and you drive, you know, no more than 8 hours max a day, you know, obviously you're looking at almost 4 days of driving, you know, 3.5 days, 4 days of driving. depending on how often you have to stop. I got the dogs, she's got the baby, got to stop every couple hours, so it's going to turn into a little bit more. So I think on average we're probably going to drive for like 4.5, 5 days. Definitely for her, like I said, I'm going to parking lot it, so I'm going to go Walmart to Walmart as I go, get hot wings and energy drinks, and maybe rack out for an hour or two and then drive.
You know you're not 20 anymore. Yeah, that sounds fun, but I think with dogs will be good. I think they will be okay, especially because Robert has a big car and they will have a lot of room back there and they will be together, so I'm pretty sure they should be fine.
Yeah.
They still needs to go for a walk, stop, drink, eat and all of that, but it will be for sure easier for him than for me to drive, because I don't think I can drive any more than 6 to 8 hours a day. And I mean drive. If I will drive 6 hours, I'm assuming that it will take me 8 to 10 hours, because stops, diaper change, snacks.
I think if you drove two or 3 hours, if you drove 3 hours and then took like a half-hour break at a gas station, like one of the big gas stations or something, or Marshall's, and just like carried her around, let her walk around, got her back in the car, I think she'd be fine. But if it's like a quick get out, go to the bathroom, change her, come back into the car, I don't think she'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, she will need to like walk a little bit and get occupied. If
anybody has any cool spots between here and Colorado, definitely comment
below.
I don't know this thing.
Comment below.
Comment over there.
In general, guys, if you have any tips,
recommendations,
fun
facts,
your experience of driving that far with dogs, kids, we will take everything, because we did it, so we know we can do it, but it's just hard. And
it's different this time. We got a kid, and I think differently now. I know she thinks differently now. I think for me, mostly, even like driving around like the area, the thing that I think changed the most for me is like when I'm driving, if I'm not even with anybody, just by myself, I'm a whole lot more careful, because I'm like, oh man, what if I can't afford to get in a wreck, like I can't, if I get in a wreck, then she's not gonna have it, I don't want to talk about that, but it's just, I'm more careful for sure. So it's definitely not a fun free-for-all like it was last time, which makes it easier to get somewhere. So if you have recommendations to help us along the way, we are more than open to it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything you would like to add about PCSing?
No.
What are you most excited about?
I'm just ready to continue my career, ready to go. So sounds good.
Are you happy about Colorado?
Yes, it's my home. So
it's
my stomping grounds. So I'll go back there, be with family. Could be a bad thing, I know a lot of people I probably shouldn't hang out with. So hopefully I'll stay away from them. Yeah.
What you are the most anxious about?
Get back on the line unit. I think I've been up at the Pentagon now for 3 years. So it's a lot different. It's more strategic level. It's a lot more of a big boy rules, big boy attitude type thing, where you kind of do your own thing. I've done my own PT for 3 years. I've not had a formation. Barely wore a uniform. So getting back into like the real army of it all will be great. The lowest ranking people I talk to is my rank, and then like my boss is a lieutenant colonel, and then a colonel, and then a general. So going back to a line unit in a company, talking to a captain, I just gotta probably remind myself,
the right how to talk with them.
Yeah, the right way to do it.
It's just different because it's different attitude, it's different slang, I would say probably.
Oh, for sure.
Like when I was working with truck drivers, if I didn't say F word every other word, they wouldn't understand what I'm even talking about.
Yeah, being at the company is like working with the truck drivers, and being at the Pentagon is like working at corporate. You gotta really watch out for HR, and then down at the company, it's just a bunch of roughneck truck drivers, spitting tobacco everywhere.
I didn't mean that, but those are
what it kind of is. I mean.
Yeah. I remember when we were coming here, you were so anxious about the way how you were, like how you were, because you changed a lot, the way how you talk.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a
shift.
Yeah, I had to be a little bit more professional. So there's certain things you can't talk about, things you can't say, and I think I'll carry that with me, because now I'll be a platoon sergeant at Fort Carson, so I'll be in charge of a platoon with a officer, platoon leader, and at that point we'll be the role models for all the young soldiers. So we got to make sure that we hold a higher standard for everybody.
How crazy would that be if someone from your future platoon, brigade, or whatever is watching this video?
I hope not. I don't like doing stuff like this as it is.
Yeah.
I do it for her.
What do you know, that's what it is when you have college wife.
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment with all your tips regarding road trips with child, with dogs, and right after broken hand, because you will be like right after the out of your cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm excited. I'm very happy. I love Colorado, and I hope guys you will stay with us longer to see our journey through Colorado and in Colorado. Thank you. Bye. Okay, and one more thing. I don't think it's a live update, but it's a very big news. So Robert wrote a book. It's a very special book, and it's a very personal book. It's not published yet. We are getting there. We're just on the final stage of editing and putting everything together. We have to just make some illustrations.
If you know a artist, I am looking for someone to illustrate roughly 30, 35 images, including a book cover. So definitely share this with them.
Yeah, and he has his Instagram.
Very small. I'm trying to grow it. So if you guys are interested in seeing what the book is about and seeing a little bit of the progress, I'm posting a lot of old stuff. I should have done this when I started writing the book, but I didn't really think it was going to be a book until it kind of just became one. So I'm posting everything from the time Lenka was born until her first birthday, and the journey that I had writing the book up until then.
Can I say the title?
Yeah, man.
So the title is Letters to Lenka. I think it's amazing. I didn't read all the book, but this part which Robert, he actually read to me, they were amazing, and I'm so excited for him. I'm so proud of him. So make sure guys to check out his Instagram, because he has like some little teasers there of the book. And yeah, so proud.
Thank you.
Bye. Or something.
Of which part?
Like this whole part.
Oh, Jesus.
The whole part.
Broke the whole leg.
Oh my god, dude. I need a break because I cannot read it because I'm crying. I didn't know you can write like that. like I saw that before, I read that before, some parts, like never like this, and